The famous master guitarist John Williams has perhaps done more to promote Barrios' music than anyone else. His 1978 recording Latin American Guitar Music by Barrios and Ponce brought Mangare's music to the forefront of the classical guitar world. In his own words, I quote Mr. Williams, "Barrios is increasingly appreciated today as the outstanding guitarist-composer of his time, I would say of any time, for the qualities of inventiveness and obvious love of the instrument. He was the first guitarist to make records from 1909 and the first to play a complete Bach lute suite on guitar. As well as being a virtuoso player, he composed hundreds of pieces." He goes on to say it was in 1978 that transcribing from those old records is no easy task, as I myself found when doing a conquilla. So even John Williams found himself transcribing by ear music that he found worthwhile. Today, with the effort of so many who have dedicated themselves to promoting Barrios' music, most notably Rico Stover, who we are fortunate to have with us here tonight, we can find many of the wonderful pieces that Barrios composed and buy it literally for a song. Living the life of an artist does not exempt one from living a life as a human being. That is to say that an artist does not escape the fundamental problems that all humans experience in life. As a matter of fact, one can easily make a case claiming that an artist should experience all challenges in life with increased awareness and depth of feeling. Be that as it may, many successful artists fail on that account. That is, they wind up living in an ivory tower, as they say, and find the simplest pleasures which we take for granted difficult or impossible to hold. Hence you find multi-millionaires building their own playgrounds or having to hide when trying to attend a neighborhood music theater. The famous life then makes a whole set of new challenges for the successful artist, and they seldom include the original set of challenges, which for Barrios was a seeking of beauty and truth. This seeking became for Barrios a living out of his ideals. The failure in making famous his name in music may have broken a lesser artist. Indeed, many would-be artists fail on that account, and their art progresses no more. As stated in the beginning, Barrios was not to be widely recognized until 30 or 40 years after his death, and the disappointment during his own lifetime must have been felt deeply. But progress Barrios did. He never lost a muse or inspiration to compose, even when he fell ill to heart disease. The final piece of music that Barrios wrote can indeed be called his swan song. In his own words, he called it the best tremolo piece that he had ever written. Upon playing it for his students, they pressed him to write it out. It was so beautiful. It was written out only 2 months before he died. One of the students asked the master what it was called, and he replied that it would be named whatever the student chose to call it. The student's name was Jose Morales, and his story of the encounter goes. One day he told me, "I finished writing the tremolo. It was in pencil, without a name. I asked him, 'What name shall you give it, master?' He answered, 'The name you shall give it.' And I replied, 'Thank you, master, for the honor.' And the name Morales was, at the time, Morales was studying Greek mythology. And after some deliberation, he decided to name it after the Greek goddess Polymnia, the goddess authorized to direct the hymns performed for the gods. When he told Barrios of the name Canto a Polymnia, the master said, 'What a beautiful name for the greatest tremolo that I have ever composed,' and they toasted to the new name. The name that is now attributed to it, Alms for the Love of God, or Una Limosna por Amor de Dios, mysteriously showed itself on the manuscript. And if you look at it, you will notice that the title is in someone else's handwriting and not in Barrios's. In any case, it is indeed Barrios's swan song. In it, one can hear all the bittersweet challenges in life won and lost. Every time I hear it, it touches my heart directly. And when the major section comes, you can feel the reconciliation Barrios makes with life itself. And in the end, you know that he emerges as a man, not defeated and not bitter, but a man who lived his life as he knew he should, even though no one may have known him, and he was not discouraged. Indeed, Barrios lived his life as a gentleman in the classic sense of the word. At this time, Mark Sessler will come to the stage to perform for us Barrios' last piece, The Last Song. Mark Sessler to the stage to perform for us Barrios' last piece.